back again with another random day in my life. So this video is going to be really amazing and really helpful for you all because I am just giving you a proper guide to make notes because I've studied for about 2 months or 1.5. So the mistake that I did while making notes, I will like explain you all and everything very precise and by taking your less time. So I'm also gonna reveal my notes also. Yeah, so like what my preference over notes is that like till I was in class 9th, I actually don't like to make notes because I just do copy everything what my teacher taught me in the school and the notes that I've just copy everything from the book and from the notes that is given by my batch teachers which I purchased. So it's all about noting down everything. So actually that time I actually don't like to study from the notes. So yeah, but right now I have a proper guide for you. Like how do you like you make notes? How should you make notes? And yeah, that's really important for you and because like I actually don't like to decorate it like I don't want to make any flower or it's just my perspective that I actually don't like to make flower or design in it. So yeah, I will be sharing a proper guide so it will be really helpful, so stay tuned till then. So welcome back to my journal where things really go as planned. After completing my morning routine, I just headed towards the library. I'm just trying to make a steady streak in the library. It's not the streak that you are actually thinking. I think you are thinking about Snapchat. So it's not really that. So yeah, I just went to the library where I enjoyed the peaceful, calmful, and this silent environment there where I record some of the study clip. I was actually studying BST, which is business study. I got this short form, like I was searching for some of the videos of business studies where I look at that like BST. I was thinking what it was written. Then I just got to know that it was business studies. So yeah, I studied. I was just memorizing some of the topics of it, and then I did some of the DPPs. And after completing that, I was so tired, so I went to my home back. Recently, I got some of the comments in video of mine in which people were asking me, why don't you speak in Hindi? Can't you understand Hindi language? So it's just a clarification for you all. I'm not being over smart here. Please don't take me wrong. It's just, it would be helpful for you and for me also. I just want to clarify you that when I was a kid, actually, like I'm a person who actually want more and more experiences to develop new skill every year, every month. I don't want to make my brain dead, like scrolling every reel and everything like that, that lots of people, lots of students used to do every day and like every month. So I don't want to be like that. I want to develop my skill. So just a brief recap of my journey. Like my journey was a straight graph. It does not have any peak or down when I was like kid until I was 14 or 13. So you know what happened like when I was I don't remember. I think in sixth or seventh class when I was in that class, I looked at the mirror and at the time actually not a studious person. I don't actually like to love to study. I just prefer to just play outside and do whatever I can, do fun as much as I can. So at the time when I was looking in the mirror, that was a turning point for me. I like at the time I was thinking that I have everything. My parents given me everything, every resources that I can utilize to be better and better. But I was not using them. That was my turning point. After that, I promised myself that every year I will develop a new skill. And from that year, I started studying. I realized the importance of studying. And in eighth grade, I scored 96%. I know that it's just kind of simple because it's all about sometimes repetition and your behavior in school and hard work also. But after that, it was just a continuous peak in my graph that I've built over the past years. And now in last 10th, I scored 93, which was quite good for me. So yeah, I developed that studying habit, studying skill. And right now, like what I discovered that like if someone like a lot of people watching me, and if they are not watching me, like talking about other people, if they are very studious or doing like love to study, they will just indulge themselves, they will stuck to studies only. But I discovered that like your studies matter. I'm not hating it. I'm just saying that your study matter along with skills also matter a lot. Like in this era, your skill actually matters. That's why I just stuck to studies just a couple of years back, and I realized the importance of learning skill. That's why I came to in this YouTube platform to do content creation, and this was my second skill that I learned in this period of year. And along with that, I actually don't like to speak in English. I'm very bad at English. I realize that how important it is. I don't actually speak in English with my friends or my family or anyone else. But I want to improve it. That's why I'm doing this. I want to make my brain be upgraded with learning new skill every year, every month. That's why I'm doing so. Please take my suggestion that it's very helpful for you also if you learn every skill every month. So it's important for you to just learn a new skill, just play guitar. Like for me, but when I was a kid, I actually like to play cricket. So because it's a dream for every child to become cricketer. I also had that. But as I grew up, I realized that I won't be able to become. That's why I shifted my focus on cricket rather than I just like just go through every sport. I just went to every sport. Then I started playing soccer. Then I do also play basketball and every so that I can have every skill in every field of sports. So that was my a brief journey about me. So I just really want you to develop. I don't want you to make your brain dead sticking to only one habit. You just change your habit and develop a new habit. So yeah, that's all. That was all about me. I really if I did some mistake, I'm really sorry for it. Please understand my feeling, which what I want to convey to you all. Now, just talking about the main subject, for which the note is really important, that is BST, Business Studies. So for that, you need to make notes because it's really important. Just all about theory only. So I want what my suggestion for you is that you have to make two copies. One is concept, another one is solving. Because time management, it's all about theory. You have to do a lot of question practice, how to present everything in a better way. It's just very important. So you have to make a copy for your question practice. And talking about notes, what I made mistake is that I was also just copying everything from my book and the notes. What I want you to do is to make it very precise, make it very short. Like every concept should hold some of the points that are important so that it will click just reading after reading that points, it will be click on your mind like what is written in all over the page or what is the story all over the chapter. So it's all about learning the social studies that we have did in the last year in class 10. So yeah, it's just basically social studies, higher bunch of it. I'm not saying like concept wise, I'm just saying note wise, like we actually make notes of social studies. So you also should do make notes of business studies also. So yeah, just just underline every important points, some of the keywords of it highlighted and present very well. And yeah, I think that's all about business studies. Yeah, I just cover everything, just very precise, make that very precise. It's really like otherwise you will you will just fill the pages and the just your copy, and you have written out like you have just written what is written in your book. So don't do that mistake. Now let's talk about economics. So I think economics is just quite easy chapter, easy subject, not chapter. So I think yeah, so it's easy, but it holds some of the concept, very good concept like PPC, graph, and all. So it's better to understand everything or write if you don't understand some of the concepts. So you can write in Hindi. It's really important or whatever your like local language in which you can understand easily because it's important to grasp everything, understand everything in your future, like when your examination is going on. So you won't find difficulty at that time like thinking what I have written, something like that. So in the language in which you actually find easy, I'm not talking about any particular language, Hindi or English, what you prefer, in which you can easily understand everything. So it's important. And yeah, so I just suggest you not to copy what you what you see and what you read. Like some of the student I saw, like they just what they read in the book, they just copy everything. Just they make notes for formality, and the teacher that like whom they taught by they just just copy everything from that particular notes. So I really don't want you to make that mistake. Like make the notes very precise, very to the point that can help you at the time to just cover everything during your examination. Now let's talk about English. So making notes for English would notes, I think from my perspective, notes would not be a good word for it because it do not hold any kind of a concept. So what I use word instead of note is synopsis. So synopsis is the word like a kind of format that was given to us, like my friends and all my classmates by our English teacher. She suggested us that you should make synopsis, which include the summary of the chapter, some characters which were the characters in particular individuals in that particular story or poem, what's their quality. You have to write everything and central idea, poet's name, and everything all about and some of the important point of it. So I just suggest you, if you want, you can make the synopsis. It's really important because it's cover everything. So you at the time of examination you should not ramble around looking forward for every story written in your book. You can just go through that synopsis, and that is really good for you. Next, we have our accountancy. So I made two copies of it. One is of the concept, another is the solving. I solve a lot of question in that, and talking about the concept one. So I use the notes of like PW teacher, and also I did attend some of the lectures on YouTube from Rajat Arora, like just only two or three because I was not getting some of the concept. So yeah, talking about accountancy, it's really a good uh good thing to make a concept copy here because like it's important to understand concept very clearly. If you don't make it properly, you cannot understand the concept. Like right now, you would be thinking that after attending the lecture, you are getting everything and every question you can solve. But after 1 month or some like year, not year, like after 3 or 4 months, you won't be able to do some of the questions. So you will have towards re-attending the lectures or looking forward for your notes where you messed up everything. So actually, I suggest you that what I make mistake is that not highlighting the every important points. And yeah, you should use like highlighters or sticky notes and do some of the make some of the shapes like circle or square where you find some of the important topics and like that. And also make it very properly. Like you should be like very clear in your concept. Like if you don't understand anything, please write in Hindi so that you can easily understand afterwards. You will think that you can understand right now is writing in English, but you should prefer to write in Hindi, so it would be easy for your long term also. So like accountancy is all about having the concept for your longer terms in your future, so make it very clearly. So moving further for note strategies. So first we have mathematics. Like I actually prefer to have two copies, like one is of concept and another is solving. But for particularly talking about maths, it's all about solving. So I don't make any another concept copy or like notes copy for it. I do solve and write all the concepts in one book. I actually don't like decorating the things like making any, a cloud or something like a flower or something like that. I do have highlighters, but actually don't like to make it so like colorful. It's up to you. Like if you want, you can really like it's look good actually. But I actually don't like. I do underline with some of the lines. And talking about the concepts, I just try to like if I am just going through new concept or something headings, I just prefer to write it in a like broad, dark and in a capital letter. And if I want to note some of the good points or important points, I do make stars. And at the same time, use these sticky notes if something is remaining in the chapter after I complete the chapter or something more important. If I find from some of the questions like that, so I do paste sticky notes, and also I solve the question in that only. If I don't get the answer, I mark the question. I mark my answer as wrong with a very dark line so that I would be remembering it where I did make mistake and where I don't have to do it like make that mistake again. And after that, at the bottom or in the next page, I do solve it in a correct way. So it's really helped me in mathematics, and actually like to have another formula like sheet which I will make after like if I have some of the new formulas in other chapters. So our last one is statistics. So yeah, I want to be really clear with this because I don't have completed much lecture of statistic. Even I did not completed the first chapter of it. So I cannot share much about it. Like if I will complete chapters later, I will be sharing in some of the videos. But one thing I missed is that like take an example for that particular thing. So if you complete one of the chapter of taking about the BST, right? But like in your particular in your batch, the chapter has been completed. But from your side, it's not been completed totally, and the next chapter started in your batch. So what you can do is start the first chapter from the very first page, and if you have a lot of, like I'm sure that you will be having a lot of concepts or other thing when you do a lot of concept, and that you have to write. So don't start the second chapter from that first chapter. You can start the second chapter from the backside of your, backside of your copy in the rotated version, like from the bottom line you can start with, and then start the third chapter from the first chapter because the duration will be like a larger in second chapter, so that you can cover all the questions or some concept of first chapter and you can write right rather than leaving the pages. It's important to start from the back second chapter, then you can start the third chapter from the after the first chapter. Then for the fourth chapter you can go towards your second chapter, that is from your back side of the copy. So you can just use that rotated version, like what I actually prefer if I don't completed some of the chapters, like from for me, I actually like to do a lot of question and do question from internet and like that, so I just get some of the more concept from it. So that's why I actually like if I don't complete any chapter from my side, I don't like to start the another one. So I actually don't like to leave pages for first chapter. So I do start the second chapter from the back side, then the third chapter from the starting, fourth chapter from the back as consecutively, alternatively, what you say, something like that. So yeah, that's all about making note strategies. If I don't cover anything in this, please let me know in your know in the comment section. And I actually like your comments. So if you have suggestion, if I did some mistake in this video or I was unable to, I'm unable to share some of the important points, so you can tell me in the comment box. So yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking till the end. I really appreciate your patience and your time. So yeah, have a great day. Be a hustler and be in discipline.